making sure that you have your meal production report in the kitchen and that you're utilizing it during your meal service is very important and something that TDA checks. And so, what they want to make sure of is a few things. One is that you have planned for the children that is in your center. And so that is the pre-planned totals there that we reviewed earlier. So they want to just see that you have made a plan for what you will have in your center. They also want to see that your plan covers the amount of children that is actually in your center. So if you've planned for 50, but you've had 40, then your plan covers the amount of food that you've prepared. But they want to know actually how much food you prepared, because if you planned for 50, but you had 60 children, then you didn't have enough food planned, and therefore your preparation would show that 10 children didn't get fed. And so we're going to look at how to make sure that your meal service is updated, and it's really good to just update it right here. Usually the cooks are really good at just going in there and updating it through the meal service. So here is your what is called the meal production report in the tablet. You can use the printed meal production report. To make those changes, you have to write it on the meal production report, and then it has to be updated in the CSCFP manager. So a lot of centers have found that doing it on the tablet is much more efficient. And so at the top here, you can see the filters there where you can toggle back and forth from your CSCFP meal service to your at-risk. You can also go back and forth from your infants to the older children, and then change for your meal services. So for this meal service, we are going to, we can just do lunch. And again, what they want to see is you've made a plan, which you can see your totals at the top for your plan, and what you've actually served. And so here, the first thing that we've noticed is that we have milk. One of the things that's missing is that if you are serving a lactose-free or soy milk, we need to document that. That's an expense that's being reimbursed by TDA, but it's not being documented on your meal production, and so we need to update that here. So first, if it's, say, 2 school-age kids, age 6 to 18, you've got that there. We're going to subtract the 2 ounces from the 2 16 ounces there. So we're going to leave it at a full quantity because every student gets the full 8 ounces, but we're going to change that 250 there to be 234. Then we're going to hit done, and we're going to save it. You can see how now it's updated to reflect that we served 234 ounces of whole milk. And now I'm going to press this little plus button right here on the milk. And it's going to bring it up, and it's going to ask you what component do you want to add. So if it's soy milk, if it's lactose-free, whatever milk that you're serving, you are going to click which milk it is. And again, it's full serving sizes, and you're going to enter in the total quantity that you served and hit save. And here your cook can see how much of each serving they're supposed to serve. So for corn, you've got your serving sizes by ounces there. And let's just say, we ran out of corn, and we know, and this is where the cook can easily update what was actually prepared. They opened up 3 64-ounce cans, which would be 192 ounces. You can see there that only reflects 154. But one of those ounces was actually corn or green beans because we ran out of corn. So I'm going to update the corn. Again, you just click on it, and I'm going to change this to 128. And I'm going to hit save. And then I'm going to add a plus sign so that I can add my green beans. And there it is. Whole green beans cut, canned. And here's my quantity. How many did I add? Which was 64 ounces. And again, the people that got corn, everybody got a full serving size, but some children got corn and some children got green beans. So we're going to leave that at full. Now, if everybody got, see, you can change the ratios here. So if everybody got 3/4 corn and then 1/4 green beans, you can change it that way. But if you just ran out and you had to serve the rest of your children the green beans, you're going to leave the ratio at full and just add in your green beans there and hit save. And so now the meal production report is updated with what we actually served. And you can go and you can look and say, is that the total number of rolls? Did we serve? Is it more or less, or is that correct? There's your meat. And so sometimes they can go, you know what, that's ground meat. I know that I served more ground meat than that. So I served we bought 7 pounds. So we're just going to do 7 times 16 because there's 16 ounces in a pound. And then you can change it there. So you click on there, and then you're just going to change that from the 196. And so a lot of centers have found done. Now this adequately reflects exactly what we've prepared. So some centers have found, again, that it is easier for the cook to update or to update your totals at the top. So again, TDA wants to know that you've made a plan, which is your pre-planned totals. They want to know that your plan is going to cover the children that you have in your center. So what did you actually prepare, which and serve? So here's your preparation. You prepared corn and green beans, and this is what you served. And so here's your total servings. And then you're just going to hit save, and your production report is saved. And that is how you make sure that you have an accurate meal production report.